You know, Magnus, sometimes it's best not to look as far as you're able to look, or to listen to everything you're able to hear. What up, reader fam? Today I'm going to be sharing my thoughts, opinions, and feels on WAPA! Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard, Book 2, The Hammer of Thor by Rick Riordan. And this video is being sponsored by Disney Hyperion, but know that all my thoughts, opinions, and feels are my own. So this book takes place 2 months after Book 1, and in this book, Thor's hammer has gone missing. And let's just say this isn't the first time it's gone missing. If only that dang Find My Hammer app would start working. Instead, Magnus and his friends are tasked with the quest of getting the hammer back. But the stakes are a little bit high this time, considering the hammer could have landed in the hands of an enemy. I loved this sequel so much. I don't know that I loved it more than Book 1, because I didn't love the plot as much in this one. Mind you, it's still fun, action-packed, crazy, but I just felt like there were so many little side things happening that didn't really need to happen. Like I said, they were still fun little things that were happening, but sometimes I felt like they were a bit unnecessary. The characters for me are what's making this trilogy perfection. We have such an incredible cast of characters who have gone through so much and continue to go through so much throughout these books. But the difference is the tough times that they're facing now, they're doing it together. And we have a diverse cast of characters, which is excellent. And I felt like the character additions in this book just upped my love for the characters. That's all I'm gonna say for this non-spoilery section. If you have not read this book, Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard, Book 2, go read it and then come back and discuss with me. If you have read this book, then let's discuss. So we start off this book with Otis having a lead as to where Thor's hammer has gone. So the hammer is supposedly in Provincetown, which is on the tip top of Cape Cod. Someone is stalking Otis and then he gets hit with an axe and he dies. Poor Otis! No matter what, he's always ending up being killed. Thankfully, he'll end up resurrected. But still, poor freaking Otis. There were so many sword puns throughout this book, I could not handle them. They slayed me every time. I hate this guy, I said. How do you know it's a guy? Jack asked. The sword had a point. We have another Taylor Swift reference in this book, which just had me going, what the heck? I flung him overhead. Jack spiraled out of view, flying after the goat killer while singing his own version of Shake It Off. I have never been able to convince him that the line isn't, "Cheese grater's gonna grate, 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 grate." I'm beginning to think that Rick Riordan is a Swiftie. Blitz and Hearth are hiding at the beginning of this book, which made me really sad because I missed their presence. I love the fact that Jack was going on dates with other weapons, and he even suggests that Magnus does the same. Jack, I'd rather not hear about your dates with other magical weapons. Come on, you need to get out more. If you want to be my wingman, I could totally set you up. This spear has a friend? Jack. Fine. We meet Alex in this book, and Alex is such an interesting character. Alex is gender fluid and trans, which, heyo, diversity, I applaud you, Rick. I really like that Rick is bringing in representation like this because there are going to be so many people that are reading these books and it'll expose them to new things like this. Another important topic that Rick covers in this book that I wasn't expecting him to cover, and he only covers it in passing, but it was still really important, but that's cultural appropriation. It's really just mentioned briefly, and I still found it super important that it was mentioned because, like I said, so many people are going to be reading these books and they're going to be exposed to different things like that. I did kind of have a feeling that Alex could possibly be a spy at the beginning of this book. I also just didn't necessarily love Alex's character at the beginning of the book. Yes, I did love the fact that he brought in some representation into this book, but the angst just was so unnecessary, which we later learn why Alex is that way, but still I was like, you're new here, you need to chill. I love how emotional everyone was getting at Alex's video, and Alex is literally just like, no reaction at all. There's basically no way that Sam could be a YouTuber with her terrible filming skills. Sam was an expert at trigonometry, calculus, and aviation, so you'd think she could figure out how to use a camera. Nope, she always forgot when to turn it on and off. Half the time her videos came out sideways because she'd flipped the camera on wrong. Sometimes she recorded the entire missions where the camera showed nothing but her own nostrils. Magnus and Sam reunite with Hearth and Blitz, which made me super happy because I really missed them at the beginning of this book, like I said. We encounter Randolph, who is under Loki's control, and he stabs Blitzen with the Skafnungnt sword. I cannot say the Skafnung word, which really shattered me. The only way to heal Blitzen is with the Skafnung stone. It was killing me just to see Blitzen just like try to hang in there. I loved how chill they were when they got on the plane and Barry becomes possessed. They're just like, yep, just another day on the job. So they end up having to go to Hearth's home, which is not good considering the home life we know he has. I was kind of hoping that we would get there and Hearth's family would have changed and they would have been more open-minded and kind of just accepting of their son. But nope, that's not the case at all. Hearth Hearth's dad reveals that his mom has passed away, and he blames it on Hearth, because Hearth is to blame for everything. So freaking aggravating. His dad is a douche canoe. So they get the ring from Anvari, even though it made me super nervous because of all the threats he was throwing their way, and they exchange the ring for the stone with Hearth's dad, and I can just instantly tell that the dad is gonna go crazy with this ring on, but they get the stone and save Blitzen. Hallelujah! And surprise, surprise, the ring does in fact make Hearth's dad go nuts. Fast forward a little bit, we have Sam trying to prove to Amir that this new world that she's showing him is real. We meet Heimdall in this book, and I loved his character. He's so quirky and weird and strange, but I love that about him. I just love that he didn't really take anything seriously, even though he's not much help in finding that dang hammer. So they end up taking on this task of carrying this giant's bowling bag. Thanks to Blitzy Boy, he gets them through that situation. I loved the contest scene where everybody had to like prove their worth. Sam slays fear. Blitzen gives a giant a makeover because of course he does. And Alex and Magnus are forced to bowl. This is where we kind of see what Alex has been through, because Alex and Magnus have to hold hands for the portal, which by the way, do we think something's gonna happen between Magnus and Alex? I felt like Rick was kind of hinting at it a little bit, but I don't know. Let me know down below what you guys think. Anyway, we get a little information on Alex's past. We see this man screaming at her. We see these girls bullying her, and it really gives you an understanding as to why she's so guarded. So we learn that Loki is after the Skafnung sword. I love how Magnus forced Jack to tell Thor where his hammer was. Even if Thrym told you where the hammer was, how would you get it from 8 miles under the earth? I would break through the earth with my hammer. Oh. I see the problem. Curses! So Alex and Sam come up with this crazy idea for the wedding. They're going to switch places, and I'm thinking that this is either a genius idea or a terrible idea. But I was super excited to see it play out. And it was madness. So a Taco Bell and a Cheers restaurant later, we end up in Loki's cavern. And this is where it all goes down. I was not the least bit surprised by Alex losing her chill towards the end of the ceremony. I was even a little bit surprised that Alex agreed to go along with something like this. And I was also surprised by the fact that it took her so long to freak out over what was happening. But when she does freak out, madness ensues. In the end, they finally get Thor's dang hammer. God bless. But the only problem is that Loki is now free, which is not good at all. So those are all my thoughts, opinions, and feels on Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard, the Hammer of Thor. You guys should let me know down below all your thoughts on this book. Obviously, I'm not able to cover every little thing that happens within this book, so if I didn't cover something that you loved, let me know what that thing is down below. Also, if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so click subscribe if you want to be notified for when I post new videos. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you soon with a new video. Bye, choo. Somebody once told me that a hero's bravery has to be unplanned, a genuine response to a crisis. It has to come from the heart, without any thought of reward. What up, reader fam? Today I'm going to be sharing my thoughts, opinions, and feels on Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard, the Sword of Summer.